Hey, welcome to SAB Chronicles, aka the COVID Chronicles. We're going to dive deep into the teachings of a few of our CEO Action Pod groups spanning from 2020 all the way to 2024. This series takes us through the fire of COVID to post-COVID, and now who really gives a care about COVID? If you listen to this series, you're going to gain inside knowledge of strategies of the past and strategies of the future. Hold on to your seats as you're about to get a PhD in business. Buckle up and let's get rolling. Hey, are you looking to scale your business from 5 figures to 6 figures or 6 figures to 7 figures? If you are, I have the perfect thing for you. What I want you to do today is I want you to go download a book. This book is going to take you through my 3-pillar system. It's 100% free. All you have to do is go to growfast.cash. I say again, go to growfast.cash and you're going to be able to download my free international best-selling book, which is called Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone. You can take that book. It's going to help you scale your business to the next level. Again, go download it. Be good, be brief, be gone. Growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash. Enjoy.
So if you look at everybody's kind of strategy, it's all pretty much, I mean, they're different widgets, but they're all the same driver, right? They all drive to the same place. And that is value driven, pretty much. Okay. So, try to piggyback off of, your peers here and how their approaches are, so on and so forth, and what approaches they're taking to things. And, start bouncing these ideas off of each other every week or two, or what you can think of, or, don't be scared to leverage each other, because I'm telling you right now that a lot of you have a lot in common when it comes to the acumen that you have in your companies. Some more, some less, but together, it's like they say, why bring 15 minds together if you don't actually bring them together, right? So bring them together away from here and, utilize it, even if it's just a Slack message. That's like, hey, what do you think of this? Let me bounce this off of you. What do you think of this? So, just be interactive and pay attention and help each other, because that is a huge influence in what happens in this group, for sure. Why? There's been probably 6 or 7 strategic ideas that I've had just listening to this, each of you, where I could say, you need to connect with, Terry, you need to connect with so-and-so. Will, you need to connect with so-and-so, blah, 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 right? Just based off of what you just said. And I hope each of you just talked about. And I hope you all were thinking strategically enough to pick up on those signals of, wow. And you had an aha moment. I really need to talk to that person, because that fits exactly where I'm trying to go. Okay. Anyway, all right. So last thing going through this is we're going to take one swoop around and talk about challenges. And then as a group, let's try to come up with some solutions. All right. Let's start with you, Will.
Getting the right, marketing out to the right clients in the door. We're getting hits with people, but a couple of them thought we did credit cards, as in we could set you up with a credit card. and every other problem, you can have with it, which ends up eating up your marketing dollar. Done a lot of work on the back end for simplifying our system so that the salespeople in the back end can do it quickly and easily. But getting the right customer in front of the right ad is always a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I would love to hear some input back from Terry, Matt, Robert, everybody. But I'm just saying I'd love to hear some feedback on that.
Hey, Will, so are you guys running Facebook ads? Is that where your traffic is coming from now?
I'm not, but somebody is for me. Yes.
Right. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Do you know what they're using for targeting? I mean, are they doing retargeting lists? Are they doing lookalike lists? Are they just using total demographic targeting?
I know what all of those words mean.
So it really comes. My first advice for anyone is really to sit down and as articulate as in detailed as possible your ideal avatar, and you'll probably have 3 or 4 different ones for that. But understand who they are, and then take what you've used to describe them and go into the demographic targeting. And especially if you're building out a primary targeting list, use a lot of those demographics, but not too.
I wasn't crazy about that movie. I thought it was overhyped. Blue aliens?
I have somebody that knows how to take a look at the targeting and give you some recommendations based on what they can see, because at the moment there's just a ton of variables.
Listen, I can talk all of y'all into spontaneous comas when it comes to merchant accounts. If anybody has trouble sleeping, call me. And I'm a rank amateur. Ask Jason compared to my business partner, Mike. Mike can take somebody that is an avowed insomniac. That's the word. And put that guy to sleep in 9.7 seconds.
I think you need another full-time virtual assistant, Sir Will.
Sir Will.
Who's going to explain the difference between Facebook chatter and my chatter? I talked to the guys. My main thing is I have to hire in this area people that are a lot better than me at it, which is anybody. Let's call that for what that is. All right. And, I know Facebook and everything else has been a bit of a headache, recently.
You went on mute.
Sorry. We're constantly working on it. But like I said, we've got, 3 dozen JV deals here going with everybody else, taking every other avenue we can right now. What are
you guys paying per lead on Facebook or cost per book call? So what's your cost per book call with your Facebook ads?
Yes.
Shame
I know
on
your
you.
numbers, man.
Shame on you.
Get them, Jason.
I have a chart.
So we struck out on targeting. We've struck out on ad structure.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need to prevent a different challenge.
We can't help them.
We have no short answers for you tonight, Will.
How about this? I am fully prepared to take the charts and stuff that they give me and that they've tried to explain as best as they can, and I will make those not transparent, open for anybody to read besides me. And I will take any feedback, side quotes, anything anybody else wants to suggest, talk around.
Hey, Will, so what it sounds like to me is that it's probably not a traffic problem. It's probably a messaging challenge. If people are coming onto or booking calls or having conversations and their expectations are different, then to me, that's a glaring messaging problem. And so that can be resolved in the funnel process.
Sure.
And that's why the funnels that we build are 3 steps and they're very detailed. The conversion rates are lower, but the quality of lead is much higher. So, and I think Greg and I are actually going to be going over yours here pretty soon anyway. But
How dare you?
but yeah, it's really, it's very, with the call to actions, you almost have to talk to people as if they are 5th graders, and you give them one thing to do, and you're very clear as to what they're going to expect when they click that button. And that can be done either through text or through video. Then on the next stage, what you're here because the next thing you have to do is because on the next phase, you're going to see. And so when we've built out funnels like that, the quality of lead is much, much higher. What people get on the phone and they know exactly what the hell that you're offering. It seems to me like that's probably one of the biggest challenges that we can, address.
I would love any input, anybody look at it, anybody can say, I can do this, I can do better. That is little skin off my back. And I'll tell you why, because I didn't build this one. I do a whole different thing. And when somebody asks me a question about the merchant account, I can say, do you want the 9 to 20 second answer, or would you like the coma? Would you like to get 3 accountants in here? Or do you want the 20-second, damn, Will, no. No, because I'll give you either one you want. This is not my area. Look at it. I make no beefs about that. I've got my own crowbar. It's not going through the cranium because the Facebook has armor plated it all. So that's my commiseration moment, Jason.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right. I guess I'm going to let you off the hook.
He knows all of this. He knew all of this going into this.
All right. Okay.
Sounds like the wrong person's on the call, Will.
Yeah. All right. All right. Okay. So, hey, if you want to post that and let Terry and Robert and let all these guys look at that report, and maybe they can shed a little light on it. I've never even seen it, so I don't know what it looks like, but
okay.
But throw it on the group and let everybody jump all over it and go, damn. All right, Terry, you're up.
Looking to grow your business beyond 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures plus? What I want you to do is go download this book. The title is called Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone. It will help you grow your business past 5, 6, and 7 figure. Go download the book today. Growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash, and download the book for absolutely free.
Okay. Probably the biggest challenge now is just kind of, I don't want to say reconfiguring, but we added a lot of new members to our bag program. And right now it's just like a free for all. And we're like providing so much value that it's kind of like getting crazy in there because people are expecting us to pretty much, if they ask questions, to respond to the question in a Facebook group within like 10 minutes. And that's just not how it works because we have 3 coaches in there, but obviously we're doing other things as well. So just put in more structure around that program because we definitely want it to scale past what it's at now. But that influx of new members, plus, they were all kind of hyped off of coming in from the challenge. So they're asking lots of questions. We have a much better structure now, but that's also zapping Christina, you definitely don't want to hear that because we're trying to get her out of this stuff. But like, she's amazing as a branding coach, and that's kind of like their first step is making sure that they score a passing score on Brandon. If not, they work with her, and we're just we're getting killed. So I mean, we have our plan of attack, so we're going to be limiting questions. So if you got a Brandon question, drop that on Monday. If it's a creative question, drop it on Wednesday. Pay traffic, that's Friday. And we're just, trying to do a better job at setting boundaries and limits because they're gonna drain us if we let them. So right now it's kind of like our challenge is just kind of reining these people back in while still, providing the value that we are.
Yeah, so I have a idea for that. So I like the Monday, Wednesday approach, yes, but you've already let an expectation get set to this point. Mm-hmm. So now people expect that. So just put somebody in charge of, say, collection, right? Q&A collection, right? And then how many questions is it a day, you would say? 50, 60, 100?
Yeah, it's probably closer to 50.
Okay.
Right now.
So 50 questions. So set the expectation, and it's just something canned, right? And you can put, whoever you have for a VA to do this, right? Mm-hmm. And that is, thank you for your question. We'll be back to you in the next
48
hours. 24 to 48 hours. Compile all the questions in a day. Those questions get forwarded to who they need to go to. They get answered. This is just a staff process is all it is, right? It's a staff process. They go, they get, the answer gets given back, and then they go post those the next day or whatever the case may be, and then boom, they get posted in the group. Is this a question?
And that's like the type of emails we're getting from people. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, so we have our VA going in and screenshotting and tagging because there's no way that we can keep up with it. So they tag us when we get someone asking us a question, but stupid stuff like this. Like we tell them it's 48 hours. She posted a question 7 hours ago and like she's searching the scene by and she wanted to know why someone who posted 3 hours ago got answered and she didn't. It's just stupid stuff that now we have to deal with.
and some ridiculous. Of this stuff here's the thing though, Terry, is sometimes people just post this stuff and then 3 minutes later they forget about it, or 3 minutes later they go, Jesus, why did I post that? That was really stupid, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm not saying all the time, but sometimes, you just kind of have to look at some of these situations and go, we'll be back with you in the next can, right? Don't make this a conversation, I guess, right? Well, hey, I'm sorry, I responded to so-and-so in these many hours, blah, blah, blah. Don't get in that conversation at all.
Right.
Because guess what? Now you got a 30-minute trail of a conversation over something that is just silly. So it's like, hey, we value you as a client very much, and we're going to get to your question as soon as physically possible.
Right.
And if that's not good enough, then that's probably not a good client.
Oh, yeah.
You do this.
Price point.
Boop, goodbye.
Yep. Yep, that's what it's coming down to.
You're the weakest link. Goodbye.
Terry, so I'm not familiar with your bag program. What's the 30-second spiel on that?
So really, it's our group coaching program that's set up to help people get up to like 10K in sales with paid traffic. So they're not ready to be a done-for-you client, but they want to have success. So we focus on 3 pillars: creatives, branding, and paid traffic. So when people join a program, they take assessments in all 3 of those areas. If they don't pass on Brandon, then they work with our Brandon coach until they get a pass and score. Then they take the creative assessment. Then, once they pass, they're ready to go. They're ready to start running ads. And then once a week, there's a live for like 2 hours where we have different stuff. So it's a group coaching program that's really probably too hands-on for what we're charging. But pretty much we're getting people in a position to succeed with paid traffic by hammering those 3 pillars.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think my only thing is that if you've already set the expectations of 24 to 48 hours, a really nice, polite reminder on that to those people that like to yell out is always good. I was just going to say I wanted to see what it was because I was actually still am part of a program I've been part of for a while, and they actually do what you suggested. So they call it Money Mondays, which is where they discuss essentially scaling, your business and whatnot. On Wednesdays, it's what is it on Wednesdays? It's hard for me to make it on Wednesdays, but that's about I think it's branding or content. It's content on Wednesdays, and then they have Facebook Fridays. So they do a really good job of just like segmenting it. And then if we have questions, there's just an email support where we email questions to, and then there's like your typical 24 to 48 hour response time period. And so, I mean, that seems to have worked. I'm not on their end, right? I don't know how many, sour people they have that you're not talking to me, right? But it seems like it worked really well. And for me, it was good because this way I knew if I could pick and choose which call I want to be on, and I know exactly what we're going to be discussing. And then the regulator, not the regulator, I forget the person running whichever call it is. They always set the expectations, hold questions until X amount. It's like the first hour, and then they do 30 minutes for questions. So they always come in and set expectations, let everybody know how it is, reminders, and then they go. And it seems to be working all right. So I don't know if that could offer any suggestions to you or not. Just wanted to share that with you.
Definitely appreciate it.
Sure.
Anybody else got anything? No?
Thank you.
I think a hybrid of that would be great to just get rid of some of those. And you on the other note, if you lose the revenue of these pains in the ass, you make it up anyway in staff calories. So you're almost better off to just go, oh, do you really want to threaten me on a refund? Here you go. It's already back in your account. Goodbye.
Yeah, we're doing them a favor.
Especially paying a lot of money.
All right, exactly. Cool. Anything else, Terry?
I mean, definitely just getting ready for this push for Q4 from an agency perspective. So now we're juggling, now the bandwidth has increased on the bag side of the house since we doubled our members in a very short time through that group challenge, which went very well. Ended up doing $35,000 for the challenge, and then obviously there's a MRR component to that. We doubled the size of our private Facebook group from about 800 to 1,600, and we also landed a few Done For You clients out of it as well. So the challenge was definitely a success. It was a lot of work, but it went pretty well. And now we're having some larger accounts coming on as well. So that's always a challenge, is just making sure that we have the systems and processes in place to handle, our current client load.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of that is just as long as you have a documented process that you can hand off every time in the growth phases when you bring new people on. That's easy. It's easy stuff. But when you don't, that's when it's a headache.
Yep. So that's what we're working on now. Is we're starting with the onboarding, so we completely revamped the onboarding process. So we're hitting that, and we're going to tap the sales and then account management. So doing the right things, just will take a little bit of time, but
Yeah. You can't try to chunk it all at once. For sure. See, but it's a headache through this phase, but that takes you to the next scale, and then you got to go through it all over again. And then you hit the next scale, and you got to go through it all over
Same
again
thing.
until you decide you want to stop.
It's never easy.
Awesome. Well, thanks for the input.
Hey, we all want to scale our business. Hey, I have the answer for you today to help you do that. If you're looking to scale from 5, 6, even 7 figures and beyond, book called Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone. I'm going to give it to you for free. All you have to do is type in growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash, and you can download the book for absolutely free. I hope the book helps you this year. Take your business to the next level. Again, go grab the book, growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash. I wish you the best and grow, scale, and win. Thank you for tuning in to the SAB Chronicles, otherwise known as the COVID Chronicles. Hey, we hope you took a lot of great little golden nuggets from this episode. Follow us on social media. Follow us everywhere you can follow us for updates on all of our different series of podcasts, to include this one right here. We hope to see you back as soon as possible. And remember, you should always want to grow, scale, and win. We'll see you on the next episode.
There it is. Magnum. Holy moly.
Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for!
Dear God. It's beautiful.